Hello, I'm FPX, and welcome back to the Minecraft news video. Today I want to talk about the Minecraft news that is making everyone at least a little bit anxious because it is Minecraft console and the release of Title Update 67. The reason it's making everyone so anxious is because of the fact that they said they'd tell us when they put in certification, and they said they could do that sometime after the Aquatic Update released on Bedrock. It's been a few days and we haven't heard anything from 4J. Literal radio silence. So what exactly does that mean? Let me try and explain in today's video. Hopefully you all do enjoy it because I think it does mean a little bit of good stuff. Please do like this if you do like it, because it helps out the channel, and lets us know you do like Minecraft news and you like staying up to date with Minecraft console updates. But let's get straight into talking about Title Update 67, which a reminder is going to be the Aquatic Update, the 1.5 equivalent, but on console editions of Minecraft. This is the last update for the 360, PS3, etc., and it's going to be the continuation of Minecraft PS4 becoming Minecraft console. So I wanted to say all of that because it is an important reminder of the current console edition situation. Either this update is going to start focusing a lot more on the PlayStation 4, or the next update literally has to, because, you know, the next update is going to be the first one only on the PlayStation 4, and that's going to be some key information to get into later. So anyway, with that said, I want to talk about what the community's expectation was with TU67 and the announcement for it going into certification, because, you know, obviously when 1.5 came out on Tuesday, I think a lot of people were prepared to see as soon as tomorrow. Honestly, I was prepared as soon as Wednesday to see them say, oh yeah, here's the update, it's going into certification on this day, and you'll be able to, you know, here's all the list of features that you should expect to see. However, as you can imagine by the fact that this video is coming out and it's Sunday, we have still not seen anything like that, and it's been 5 days. In fact, we've seen nothing from 4J in general, and a lot of people are starting to get worried about that. And honestly, on the surface, I can totally see why. You know, with the Aquatic Update, sometimes, like with the other versions, it seemed like they wouldn't talk about something for a few days, then it'd get delayed months and months. But I think in the case of 4J, it's not bad news necessarily. It even has a very positive kind of like uptone to it, and I wanted to talk about why that is. So first of all, I think that the Tuesday release of 1.5 was an accident as a whole, because when it released on the Switch, the 1.5 Aquatic Update Phase 2, I mean, they kind of had to like scramble to get it released on other platforms, and it took a whole bunch longer. It was later that same day, and it might have even been an accident based on the fact that 1.13 has its release date set for this Wednesday. The Java version is meant to be getting its update this Wednesday, and given they originally planned to release those two updates together, it does seem like maybe there was a mistake made along the way that made it have to come out, you know, a few days earlier than it should have, perhaps. Again, it's possible, it's just something I'm mentioning right here, which means that maybe 4J had their original, you know, site set on that Wednesday as the earliest day they could release an update. So if they plan this extra week of time, then it means that it'd be kind of weird to release the update earlier, so that's a possibility that I feel like is an easy one to just kind of write off here. But I think because 4J hasn't made any official statement, and I doubt they ever will make an official statement as to what they've been doing in the last few days, I think we just have to accept it's going to take some number of days after 1.5 releases for them to get this in certification. I wouldn't imagine some number of like huge weeks, like I don't imagine us be here in September being like, Aquatic Update will come any day now. No, I think sometime in the July-ish area, we are going to see them release this update, but I don't think it's a bad thing that it's necessarily delayed for all that time. Why is it not a bad thing when the update's delayed on the 4J end of things? Well, we've seen with the 1.5 update, which, again, most of you can play if you need to play the Aquatic Update, and again, that's why I've been making so many videos on it, but even though we've seen with the 1.5 update for Bedrock, is that there is a lot of problems that come out when you release an update that has some bugs in it. And again, although that's partly just a fault of the Bedrock system, seems to have more bugs. Again, it's hard to say exactly why, but it always releases with a bunch more bugs. They've been fixing them now, but it is just an issue of Bedrock. The console edition seems to suffer way less from that issue. People complain about the tiniest issues on console edition, which is a good thing because it means that those tiny issues are the biggest things to complain about. And the reason I say that is because if 4J is working more on this update, at the very worst case, they're working on fixing bugs. Maybe there's an issue, you know, that they found in the Bedrock versions that they realize, oh, that would carry over to our code too. We'll wait till they fix it, and then we can use a similar fix or the same fix on our version as well. Getting a more stable version of the game, especially when it comes to the last update, or especially when it comes to an update that you've been waiting for as long as this one, you know, 6 months on the console edition basically, I think making sure that it comes in its right form is good news in general, because if it's going to be 2 weeks delayed, what's wrong with having it be 3 or 4 weeks delayed, but having it be a much more bug-free update? So 2 thumbs up on that one really. It sounds bad on the surface, but given that we've seen the catastrophes that can happen, it's not really too bad thing on the surface. But the other reason this might be good news is the fact that it means they can work on more exclusive features for PlayStation, and by exclusive I don't mean like, oh, they're going to add llamas and unicorns. Actually, llamas exist, isn't that crazy? But they're not going to add unicorns to the PlayStation 4 update, but they have to work on the, you know, like making the PlayStation 4 version of the game more of the primary version, so they can start to use that world size more effectively, do some interesting stuff that only the PlayStation 4 can handle, perhaps, and it also means that they can work on optimizing the Aquatic Update for consoles in ways like, okay, the world size and console is small, you've got to work around stuff like the conduit can only be made if you have 3 specific things which you might not necessarily have. So guess what? They're gonna condense this stuff, make monuments more common, make buried treasure more common. That's a really fun idea. They might make buried treasure renewable in some way. Don't ask me how, but they've got these big questions they have to wrestle with, and I think them spending more time on it, which it looks like they're doing. Again, we can't say for sure because 4J is fairly opaque about what they're doing in these sorts of last weeks, which you can argue, has some benefits, but it does lead to the downside of, like, we won't know what's going on right now, probably ever. We can infer that they're maybe fixing bugs, they're maybe doing this or that, but honestly, again, I think it's not necessarily a bad thing on the surface. I think it has positive outcomes in terms of you will get the update in a better state. You might, in some form of way. They're not just sitting around on their thumbs like, you know what, maybe we'll release this next week. No, I have an opera performance that week, and I couldn't come into work the next day and release the update. We'll have to wait for 3 weeks for now until I have no, it's not going to be like that. There's no silliness there. The update is no doubt finished, but they want to make sure they get the little bit of extra polish on it. And, honestly, at this point, since it's going to be the last update anyway, is an extra few days too bad? That's a question I guess I'll put out to you. Would you rather have the update guaranteed in a week, or would you rather have the update be guaranteed bug-free, or mostly bug-free, but let's just say bug-free to keep things simple, with better optimizations for consoles, so that there's a little bit of unique stuff to play around with there, but it would take 3 weeks instead? So let me know that answer that question in the comments, just so we can. I know it's kind of a fun feeling because I know everyone always wants things right now. That's the way the YouTube works. That's the way the internet works. But in this case, it seems like it might lead to some good things. Again, we will have to wait and see. We don't know for certain for now. And if I had to give my opinion, because a lot of people love my analysis, what I personally think about what's going down, I would say that they probably are, like in the crazy crunch phase of development. There's a genuine chance that they're just not telling us that it's in certification, but based on the fact that we haven't seen too much from the 4J team, we haven't seen any of them, kind of being like, oh, I'm officially on holiday now. There's been nothing that signifies that the update was all done and they're just waiting for the opportune time to either release it or to, tell us they're about to release it. So that makes me think they're doing something right now, and the most likely time I would say it will go on certification though is probably this week, a little bit after 1.13 releases. That's my official prediction. Maybe even 1.13 the same day when there's all that hype for the Aquatic update. Maybe that's when they announce it, but we'll have to wait and see because that tends to be how it is with the news. So I hope you all enjoy this video. Let me know if you're excited for TU67 and the question before, 1 week potentially buggy update, or 3 weeks potentially, like no bugs at all update. Let me know with your thoughts and your feelings and anything in between. What is between a thought and a feeling, you might ask, and I guess that's something I guess YouTube comments are a pretty good thing about that actually. But with that said, hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.